The last part we'll look at is under the Project panel. Let's open this window down so we can see all of the different items in the Project panel. Under the Experimental folder, there are a few more compositions that you can play around with. More importantly, there are a couple in here that Brian created which really exploit some of the great features in 3D text and also using advanced color depth. If we double-click on Brian's flies, we can see this little firefly composition. It has a camera in it which flies around and all of these little fireflies dance around. Well, they're not really fireflies. They're just pieces of 3D text. If we switch to our camera orbit tool by typing C on the keyboard, then rotating around our scene, or simply clicking and dragging on our camera control properties here in the timeline, you can see that all of these little pieces are just 2D pieces of text floating around in 3D space. They look really cool, but they look even cooler when you increase the range of color that After Effects can see. To do this, we can click on the small icon at the bottom of the Project panel. This will bring up a dialog box allowing us to change our color depth setting. Currently, we're only working with 8 bits per channel. 8 bits for red, green, blue in our alpha channel. We can change this to 16 bits per channel or use 32-bit float, which gives us a much broader color spectrum. Press Enter on the keyboard to accept this, and now we can see all of the vibrant colors that are buried deep within the channels for these little fireflies. Using 32 bits per channel here is going to extend to all of the compositions in my project. So now if I select composition number 9, Brian's Plasma, I can see a different type of text animation that Brian set up in 3D, and by using the camera orbit tool, see that it is truly 3D, passing in front of and behind the word plasma. There are a couple other experimental projects in here that will allow you to play around with the new 3D text and advanced range selectors, including the domino action. Here under domino action, we have this 3D text, and similar to our Ring of Fire comp, all we need to do is change the path options and select the mask that has been created. Now with the new per character 3D text and the wide variety of range selector control that you have, you can create several different types of animation, including some that don't necessarily need to look like text to use the type tool.